Hello, online pipe community. Ethan, Parsimonious Piper here. Today we're going to talk some more about estate hunting. Today it's going to be where. But first, in a 3-star Pipe by Lee Zulu, if you can see any of that, hard to tell. Lovely bird's eye on that. I've got another bowl of Esoterica's Stonehaven. Probably my favorite Esoterica so far. Still not high up enough on the list to chase it, but it's good. A little deeper, richer flavor than the Penzance and Pembroke. I do like it. Estate hunting. Last week we talked about why. Why is it that you're interested in an estate pipe? Lots of different reasons. Well, today we're going to talk about where. So where do I go hunting for an estate pipe? A lot of this depends on your why. For example, if you are looking very specifically for, say, a birth year Dunhill, well, you will find those advertised online at a few of the shops that I'll list. You will also find them on eBay. That if you're looking for something that specific, you're going to have to hunt everywhere for it. Now, if in general you are simply looking for artisan or higher end pipes, but maybe not specifically one brand, there are a bunch of websites that have a good reputation, and things like Pulver's Prior Briars and Briar Blues and the Blue Room Briar. I'm sure I'm forgetting somebody that I usually list. MKE Law Pipes. These four have solid reputations, and they carry, for the most part, mid-grade to higher-end pipes. You will find some pipes in the $50 to $75 range occasionally, but their estate pipes tend to run higher prices. They are upper-end pipes. Now, they're still, generally speaking, less than you would pay retail, so it all depends there on your why. Now, these sites are also very good in conjunction with yet another commercial website, and that would be smokingpipes.com, for finding, getting a good feel for the value of a particular pipe or brand. Smokingpipes.com tells you right up front that the pictures that you see of all of their pipes, estates and new, are pictures of the actual pipe that you would be buying. Now, that's obviously going to be true for estate pipes because they're selling a particular pipe instead of just a generic Peterson Bulldog. They will have pictures of the pipe that you are going to buy. Now, with Smoking Pipes, they're lower end pipes, anything under $100. Chances are good you are only going to get one or two pictures of that pipe. The higher end pipes get more pictures, and sometimes the detail that they show is pretty phenomenal. If you are interested in pipes at that range, don't be afraid to ask the other websites through their contact us link to either send you or post more pictures of a particular pipe if one pipe is grabbing your attention. But these 5 sites will give you a pretty good idea of A fair market value range for a pipe that's been cleaned up well. Some people have said they've had spotty experience with smoking pipes. I have not had them send me a pipe that needed work yet. I've bought a number of Pipe by Lee pipes, a BBB. They all came in very nice, sanitize it and smoke it condition. The other sites have a good reputations for providing customer service, and for them, customer service matters. So regardless of whether you intend to purchase your pipe from one of them, they are a fantastic resource for getting a feel for what the real market, fair market value is for an estate pipe, no matter what it is you're looking for. Then comes the low-end casual. If you're interested in estate pipes, but you're not really hunting for them actively, well, hit a local flea market or those little junk antique shops that you find in small towns all over the place. You do here in America anyway. I can't speak for other countries. Here in the States, every small town of any size has at least one, often more, little junk shops that are labeled antiques and are primarily crap that people are just trying to get out of their house. But you will occasionally find a smoking pipe. And not the glass or aluminum funny weed type, genuine antique estate pipes. They are also good sources for just randomly finding Tabacchiana, like tins and other artwork. I found a couple of tins and boxes that still had tobacco in them. I haven't rehydrated them all, but those are the kinds of things that you can find in those flea market, antique mall, junk stores. You will occasionally come across a nice find on pipes. When we were in Arizona, my son found a couple of, I forget, it was a Dr. Grabeau, and I forget what the other one was, but in very cleanable condition. They were not in smokable condition at all the way they were. They definitely needed cleanup, but he got them for like $10 a piece. That's hard to beat. And you can get that kind of price at those kinds of flea markets. We'll talk later on in another video about specifically what to look for. But for now, we're just talking about where. So if you're casual, or if you really enjoy hunting hard, those kinds of stores are really useful. Then you come to two sites that people either love or they hate. One is Etsy. Now on Etsy, there are a lot of pipe stores. Quite frankly, a lot of pipe stores. I have bought from about a half a dozen of them. I have not yet had a pipe arrive in a condition other than the pictures indicated. This is a legitimate concern, of course, when you can't hold the pipe and look at the pipe before you buy it. For Etsy stores, and we'll talk about eBay in a minute, it is a good idea to understand the refund policies of the store that is selling the item you're interested in before you purchase or bid on it. And those return policies are all over the place. So do make sure. But on Etsy, if you simply do a search for, say, Peterson tobacco pipes, or just Peterson pipes, or insert your own brand name there, just do a generic search like that first. And what you will find are lots of different listings. Go ahead and follow some of those links. Bookmark the sellers. Then you can come back and you can browse those sellers for all of their sales. Usually, when you have a seller On the left, that would be the left side. On the left side, you will have a search block just for that store. So, if you're really only looking, like I am, for Pipe by Lee or Briar Lee, that both have Lee in the name, then all you have to do is go to one of your bookmark stores, type in your search word, and any pipes that they happen to have that are that brand will show up, or shape, or whatever it is that you're hunting for. But do it that way on Etsy. That I found that's the easiest way to find the stores that have lots of selection of estate pipes, is just to do a generic search for a common pipe like Peterson or Grabeau or K. Woody, that kind of thing, and bookmark the stores and then search through the stores. If you're not looking for anything specific, but you're just kind of browsing around, that's great, because a lot of these stores have good selection. And don't be afraid to ask them to post more pictures, or to send you pictures, specific pictures, like a picture inside the bowl or a picture with the stem disassembled. Both of those can be important things that don't always get caught in the pictures that are posted online for a particular item. So Etsy is not bad at all. I have also found that with some of the Etsy vendors, if they have bundles, that they're willing to split them if you offer them a fair price for one pipe out of the two, or three, or whatever their bundle is. And it's worth taking the time to do that. The worst they can do is say, no, I'm going to sell these as a set. And then you can decide, well, do you want to get the other pipe and have to dispose of it, or is it nice enough to keep it? Or do you want to just keep looking? I have had pretty good luck with Etsy vendors splitting things up or taking an offer that was lower than their asking price, that type of thing. Definitely worth checking out, I think, Etsy. Then we come to the king of all controversy, and that is eBay, or Evil Bay, as Corvette Jim calls it. Stonehaven is not dried out, so these relights are pretty normal. It's worth it though. eBay, you can do the same kind of search if you want. Do a search for K. Woody tobacco pipe, or K. Woody pipe. Their search engine does have sections for tobacco pipes and for Tobacciana. So that does help if your sellers are being helpful and listing their pipes within that category. That does help refine your search pretty quickly. So on eBay really is kind of the wild, wild west of estate pipe hunting. Like Etsy, I have not received a pipe that was not in the condition that the pictures showed it to be. Early on, I did have a couple of pipes that I neglected to ask for pictures with the stem disassembled, and with the Pipe by Lee, that's a screw tenon. With everything else, it's a push. Now, they can show you a picture of the stem disassembled on a push tenon. That doesn't really tell you whether that it's a snug fit, whether it's loose and they had to tape it together for their pictures. With the screw end tenons, it's a little different. If they can get that thing apart, I can probably clean it if it's not in great condition. I neglected on a couple of them to ask. They came completely frozen up, and getting those kinds of frozen up stems apart is a whole nother issue that you may not want to deal with. But I have yet to have a pipe show up with cracks inside or outside of the bowls that were not visible in the pictures that were posted. Other people have had entirely different experiences with eBay. With eBay, I would recommend the same thing, that you not be afraid to make an offer, even on an auction pipe. If there are no bids, make an offer. Sometimes there will be a or buy it now or best offer type thing, even on auctioned pipes. But if even on an auction pipe that doesn't say or best offer, if there are no bids yet, make the guy an offer. If you think you can make a reasonable enough offer that an auction would go higher, but you can buy it now. Some guys just want to get rid of some of these things. Can't hurt. The worst they can do is say no, and then you wind up getting into the bidding process. Another thing you can do with eBay is you can watch the relisting cycle. When people put pipes out there with initial bids that are far above what the real value of the pipe is, that pipe will get relisted over and over again. In fact, sometimes for years. I got a pretty good lowball bid in on a pipe that I had been watching at 3 or 4 times its reasonable price. And I offered half of its reasonable price and said, hey, look, you've had this thing on here for over a year. Don't you just want to get it out of your inventory? And sure enough, he did. You may not always get that lucky. Can't hurt to ask. Another thing that you do need to learn to do if you're going to be on eBay is you need to learn to snipe. What is sniping? Sniping is coming into a bid, an auction at the very last minute and putting in your bid. Some people don't like sniping. Sniping is just, it's part of the game. Unless eBay somehow forbids it, you're going to be able to snipe. It's just, that's just the way of the world. So if you want to win eBay auctions, you have to learn to snipe. Now, I strongly recommend that you have your budget set in advance for any pipe, any particular pipe that you want to bid on, and that you go in and within the last 15 or 20 seconds, don't wait too long, put in your bid. If somebody else really wants the pipe more than you are willing to spend, you will get outbid even if you snipe it like that. That happens all the time. You have to decide, how much am I really going to spend? Put that in. Don't touch it. Avoid the temptation to get into a sniping bidding war in these last second button pushes. You'll wind up blowing your budget, spending more than you really intend to. Now, some people will say, well, that's why I just put my highest bid in right up front before the auction ends. Yes, great. Chances are good you lose a lot of those auctions. If you were to wait and put in your highest bid in the last 15 seconds, you would probably win more of those auctions. It's just the way it is. You don't have to like it. You don't have to think it's fair, whatever. Those are the rules. So if you really want to win eBay, got to learn to snipe. So that is, like I said, that's just the way it is. It's not good. It's not bad. It just is. I hope this has been helpful in thinking about the different wares of finding estate pipes. If you have any specific questions about buying pipes on eBay or Etsy in particular, because those are the two non-big single site, single owner commercial sites that I have purchased from. If you have any questions, please do leave them in a comment, and I will collect them and see what I can do to answer those questions for you. May do it in video, may do it in the comment section itself. With that, folks, estate pipe hunting is fun. Light something you like. Find yourself a fun estate to hunt. Enjoy your afternoon.